I was watching a video yesterday, an attorney in Pattaya, Anglo CM Legal, and what he was talking about made me start thinking. I've been here, a little bit over 6 years now, and made me think of some analogies like trying to navigate Thailand is like walking into Baskin Robbins blindfolded. 31 flavors. Or Thailand is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So in this video, just wanted to touch on my experience a little bit and a little bit of what he was talking about and some other videos I've been seeing and some experience that I've had here. What's up, guys? It's Greeny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm heading out of the house. Hopefully gonna get some come and guy. There's a really good little stand that's open. I'll show it to you. May or may not be open. It's Sunday afternoon, but I'm gonna walk over there. But I was thinking, I was watching that CM Legal video, and what he was talking about was how all the rules are changing here when it comes to buying property. Initially it started off with people that had put properties in companies' names using Thai nominees to be on the title. And let me explain that a little bit to you. So the Thai nominees, when it's totally not legit, they just want to sell you a property and you can't get a foreign title on a property, either a condo that's in a Thai name or actual property like a house, poolville, or whatever. And so say maybe the building company or their attorney or somebody working with them, they'll just put some employees or put random people on the corporation, have them immediately sign off like, okay, we sell our shares, you hold that in case you ever sell the company. And they've been cracking down on that. It's getting noisy. I'll pick up in a minute. Yeah, so this is the spot here. Usually it's hustling and bustling, but I guess on the weekend maybe not. Maybe Monday through Fridays when it's really hustling and bustling here. So we're gonna find somewhere else to sit down, and I'll talk to you there. So are you guys familiar with Soy 26 and the Soy 26 alley? Look at this down here. All these bars that were down here, massage shops, like bars on this side, massage shops, all closed. Look at this. Another new development. All those old things that were right there, sorry. Putting up a new building right here. Big project, yeah. Look at this. All these massage shops over here were very cruddy. They were in pretty rough shape. I had been over here before, got a massage, got a foot massage in one of these places, and it was like the walls were decrepit, but I guess I can see why they never did any renovations. It's all going to be a big skyscraper here. So the progress continues here. Not for us Phalangs, we can't have any land here. I'd like to have land, but I'll get more into it when I get seated or get situated somewhere. Okay, for lunch today, we are going to eat at a Tom Yum restaurant. And I got to show you a little secret over here. We're on Soy 26. As you can see, the place is packed. But we walked right in and got a seat. But I got to show you something. You see that across the street? The line's down the street there for this place, but this is the same. It's the same people. It's the same restaurant on this side, and we walked right in, and they had seats available. You sure this is the same place? Same recipe, same everything?
Same house.
You sure?
Yeah, I asked him.
Really? So those people just don't know? They just wait in line and they just don't know, huh?
They want to eat there.
Why? What, the original? First one? I don't know.
I think so. I think there is the original.
Okay. It's not that noisy in this place, so I can talk a little bit. So they were talking in that video, the CM Legal, about what's going on now, and now they're starting to have some problems with people that are married sending money in, and say the husband wants to have a lease from his wife. Say he buys the house, but they're married, it's community property, but he buys the house and wants a lease in his name, like a 30-year lease just to guarantee that he's not going to have any problems. Well, now they're starting to give some issues at some of the land departments around the country, saying like, you know, where did the money come from? It wasn't her money, it came from overseas. You can't put the lease in your name. Like, why would that be? Why would you make it difficult? Like, people are here spending money. I think they call it usufruct agreement, something like that. I don't know the exact verbiage. But it's kind of crazy if you're a married couple. Like, even if you were a married couple and you wanted to put the property in a company name and it's you and the wife of the company, I mean, I don't know. I don't see a big problem with it because you're spending money here. You're helping the economy, but they're just giving all kinds of problems. You know, it's just like when I used to go to immigration and I would go online and whatever immigration, and I would do everything exactly the way that they tell me to do it on the instructions to renew my visa, or to do this or to do that. Then I show up and they want 3 more things. Like, there's no continuity throughout the country. Every little area is different, you know? It's like a box of chocolates. It's always different in different spots in the country. You can't go in one land office or go in one immigration office and expect the same results. So it makes it really hard to know what to expect. I mean, they're not cracking down on the nominee businesses for buying property or opening a business uniformly all over the country. It's in certain areas. Now, they may do that soon. I wouldn't be getting into that. I wouldn't suggest buy a property where you do it that way. You know, right now, the only way I'd look at buying a property in Thailand is if it's a foreign quota, foreign Chinook. And I would not ever again put anything in a company name. I haven't done it myself. When I owned my condo, I had it in a foreign title, and I got lucky. I bought it over COVID at a very fair, reasonable, low price and made a profit on it, which is very rare after 4 years of living somewhere in Thailand. Very rare to make a profit. And the only reason it was is because, like I said, it was probably a COVID fire sale. I know it was, you know. Usually, you're not going to make a profit. You could just be happy to break even, and then you can look at all those months of rent that you saved by owning a property. I would like to own my own property, man. I would like to have something that is mine, to decorate it, to remodel it, to do everything the way I want, you know. But at this point in time, I'm not going to do that here in Thailand. I'm just not going to do it. You know, I have money to spend. You know what? If they let me own property here, if I was allowed to like build my own pool villa on my own land that I purchased, waterfront somewhere, I would drop some cash here. I mean, I would contribute to the economy. I would do it. I have no problem doing that. But I'm not allowed to, which I understand. That's fine. I know the rules. I really don't want to buy another condo. You know, I would like land. I would like to own, I would like a pool villa overlooking the ocean on an island. That's what I would like. But I'm not going to pay somebody 100,000 baht a month rent for that. I would only do it if I could own it myself, which you can't right now. You can't. You know, they're talking about making different changes. You know, I've been here over 6 years. If I could learn the language fluently and get like a citizenship, get a passport, then maybe I would consider it, which my brain doesn't work nearly well enough to do that, so that's probably not going to happen. My girl's just looking at me so bored, not even knowing what I'm yapping about. You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
You know?
We talk about property.
Talk about what?
Property.
Yeah, okay. Now, if I do get bored of Bangkok, I may go stay at her house, and maybe I'll do a little remodeling in her house, you know. Why not? She'll write me a lease or whatever. She already owns it, so I think she could give me a long-term lease if that's what I wanted. But it's a big issue if you just buy something now and think you're going to get that long-term lease. They're being really weird about it. So, all right, my advice is, you know, get a real attorney. I don't even know if you can trust all these different agencies. There's so many. I mean, there's some reputable, some not reputable. Definitely if you're looking into visa stuff or stuff with immigration and you don't want the runaround, they have to go back maybe 3 times to get everything right. Definitely hire an agent. That's a great idea. You know, any type of property situation, unless you know you're getting it direct from the builder in a foreign note, I would definitely get an attorney. And if you're buying something off plan that's not built yet, I would consult an attorney. You know, the only way I wouldn't worry about too much is if you're buying direct from a builder and you feel that it's a fair deal and you're going to get handed the keys immediately, then it's pretty much cut and dry if it's a reputable builder. Let me show you this food. So did we get the same? I think we got different noodles. Okay, this is like a, what do you call it here? This is a Michelin guide place, right? Big Michelin guide place. You got more spicy than I did, I can see that. All right, how is it? Show them your noodles and I'm gonna show them my noodle. Okay, so she got the standard noodles. I got like a different type of noodle. What is the name of those noodles and what is the name of my noodle?
Tom yum ค่ะ Noodle ต้มยำ
No, what is that specific name of that noodle?
ก๋วยเตี๋ยวต้มย
What else? Now what is my noodle?
ำเกี่ยมอี
Kiam?
อี
Kiam yi? Yeah, I'll show you these noodles.
เกี่ยมอี
You see these noodles? They're like, almost look like bean sprouts. See, much chewier. Much chewier. I like these noodles. A lot of places don't have them.
You want to take a chili?
Let me try the broth.
Chili?
Nitno. Okay. Now this broth is really good. At the end of this video, I will link in a short that I made. No, I'll put a link to the short. Yeah, I'll put a link to the short. I just went to another Tom Yum noodle place out in Lad Brow. That was amazing. You'll see the difference. You'll be able to see the difference. I'll take a picture of this and I'll show you a picture of that one. And I'll link that little short video that we made there. That was probably the best Tom Yum noodles I've ever had. And you'll see why. This broth is delicious. That one had the duck eggs. I mean, they're both good, but anyways, what do you got there? What is that? Oh wow, look at that huge piece of pork. Now that is a bonus. The other place didn't have that. Do I have one of those? I didn't get one of those.
You just have pork meat.
What?
This is only have pork meat.
Did you get something different? Holy cow, look at this big chunk of pork. Okay, that was excellent soup. Their broth is really, really good at this one, but it's a little different. It's not like this other one I just ate it recently. It was more sweet and sour, more tom yum. This is a different flavor, excellent flavor. The fish ball is very spongy in here, and the noodles excellent. Like I said, if you want to see that other video, take a look up here. And like I said about buying something here in Thailand, be real careful. Do your due diligence. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Catch you later. Greeny out.